Okay, so probably not going to be recording all of the process. Just kind of catch you guys up at random segments whenever we get to a part that's like, yeah, I probably should show them this. Um, Other than that, I'm just going to start pulling stuff out. Mainly just because the cameras I got, or the battery for that camera, it only lasts. Oh, it only lasts 30 minutes per each uh battery. So and I only have 3. It is a little bit of an older GoPro. It's a Hero 7. I believe they're on the 13 as is. So I'm quite a little behind, but it works great for me. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you guys. Come with me. Let me show you something. So, we already know we're manual swapping it. That is a true CD009 transmission I just picked up yesterday. It is clean. It's picked up from a junkyard. It shifts. No binds. I mean, it's clean. It's great. I got it for a great deal. Picked it up for like $800 off the marketplace. I couldn't be happier. So that is a big piece of the puzzle down right there. So the next thing we're going to need is I'm going to go with Collins. I'm going to go with the Collins adapter kit, full drive shaft and everything. Probably going to go, we're going to try and hit like 6. I want to hit around 600 horsepower in this, but we'll see. The power steering and stuff seems like it might be an issue down the road, but I just wanted to show you guys we do got the transmission. So put you back. I need to get a better tripod. Got this bright light that's absolutely blinding. Oh, brother. Okay, so I started just a quick recap. I didn't really get very far. It's only been a few minutes. We got all the batteries out, plugs, and some other stuff on the top. Taking some of these little pieces out and just tossing them up top here. But as I was looking, here it is. Look at those grommets. Oh, let me turn the light down. Those grommets look like they've been replaced recently. That does not look OE. And they look really good. The plugs, I'm going to have to pull these plugs because these plugs look off the top are so shiny and clean. Now, the valve cover definitely needs attention. That's no doubt. So we're going to have to tear into it. But it gives me hope that, like, there was some done. But, I mean, look at this timing up, though. Jesus. So it's, you know, it's kind of a little give and take with this thing. But I just want to show, like, that's a good sign. Or, yeah, I don't think those are OE. I think the OE ones are supposed to be all black. Those look definitely like our aftermarket ones. But recap when we get a little bit further. Probably going to try and maybe get, like, the intake and stuff off. We're going to have to start draining coolant and power steering fluid here soon-ish, maybe. Actually, I don't think I'm going to have to move this power steering fluid. Does look like the hose is leaking pretty profusely, so before we get much further, again, I haven't really got super far. I'm just right now I'm labeling a lot of the vacuum hoses, where they were, the front one, the one that was at bottom, one at top, the charcoal canister. We are going to be doing an EGR delete on this, so a lot of these vacuum lines are going to be going, but I'm going to order it soon, but just to be safe. But noticing a lot of dirt and stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and vacuum all this up just so nothing else falls into the engine, just as a precautionary. So it's kind of, let's see, it's the weather stripping. I think the weather stripping will be, oh no, yeah, that weather stripping is going to need hardware. Well, either way, let's vacuum all this stuff up. shame I'm draining it. This fluid looks really good actually. But, you know, it's all for the better of the build. That fluid looks really new. Also, I like that. Look at that sweet design. It doesn't just pour out of here. It doesn't just pour out of here. It comes out of that bottom piece. And you could even put a hose on that if you needed to. But we're gonna let that drain. Oh! Alright, a little update here. So I took the whole radiator and out and everything. This model came with a hydraulic fan. So I don't have a fan clutch or anything, luckily. I think the crank is gonna give me a problem to get that bolt out of there. But I'm starting to get into this now. Took the battery tray out, got the radiator out. Drained pretty much all the fluid, this power steering and automatic transmission fluid, which I'm not really too worried about. It's not really a big deal. But we're gonna get into next is probably, honestly, I'm probably gonna take off the serpentine belt and then start taking this stuff off, because there's, I don't know if you can see in there too well, but there's like a cable that runs through this cover and it connects to the distributor back end. So don't know if you can see that, but the rotor button is completely cracked on both sides. I don't know if this was ever replaced at a time. The rotor button top doesn't really look too bad, the actual button part, but it's literally cracked on both sides. I haven't gotten that side off yet to tell, but so it looks like I'm gonna have to get some rotor buttons, which not a big deal either way. I was thinking about doing coil on plug for this, but I think you have to get it out of the R35, and like I don't know how much that'll cost. We may just be going back with this, but found that, thought that was rather interesting. It's going a little bit slower, but it's not terrible. We're just gonna be taking our time. Just watch the video just to make sure, because I don't want to mess anything up more than I need to. But it should be, once we get these bolts off, this whole front piece will come off, along with this cable that runs through the front right there. I gotta get the crank pulley off, and I have no freaking clue how I'm gonna do that. I don't know if I'm gonna need a pulley to get the crank pulley off, like a puller to pull the pulley. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, well, we made it to the other side, and surprise, surprise, both of these are cracked. I'm assuming somebody serviced this at some point. I'm gonna be really honest. Even the got a little piece stuck in there. I gotta get that out. Pretty sure somebody services. Even the water pump back here looks good. It honestly, it does, and it feels a shame to get this far in here. But when you're finding things like this, it makes it worthwhile, right? Very, very, very light chance that I do not replace the water pump along with everything else, because you're already here. I have to do the timing belt. If somebody literally did this water pump and not this timing belt, I'll be beyond surprised. But from what I'm seeing, somebody put this on with a gun, I'm sure. The electric gun. They didn't do that. Should have definitely been by hand. There's no reason. It's plastic, so luckily it didn't separate. So we're gonna start taking off, because we're deleting the EGR, so I'm just gonna start taking off this stuff. As you can already see, I've already taken off for here, back here, all of the vacuum lines that were up top here. I'm gonna be ordering a block off plate kit, but some of these hoses, I'm thinking they're just I don't really actually know, but I did notice you can barely see that pipe I'm at right there. That's the EGR pipe that goes to the exhaust in the back. It's only got one bolt. I'm 100% sure somebody's been in here, because there's no bolt. There's only one. So that's broken off. Not a big deal. Honestly, couldn't care less. So we're going to take that off, get it out. We're going to really focus on getting the intake out now and deleting the EGR stuff. So I'm going to take all the EGR stuff off of it first and then remove the intake. That way it's not, I don't mix up what I'm going to be keeping and not. But I think the back side of this intake is going to take me some time. So we're going to tackle that. I'm probably going to set it up here for a little bit just so you guys can see a little process, I guess, because it's just been recap after recap. We're going to put this. See that? That's to the injector. The clip just broke. Golly. I think that's going to be a problem we're going to have is, I mean, this harness is old. I'm already seeing where some of the nuts and bolts are just plain on missing. Guys. That's gone. I think we still have that one pipe in the back. Hopefully this long one isn't too long with a wobble. It's too long. Looks like we're just gonna have to do it with a long socket. Hopefully we don't need the wobble. It's just loose. I'm not really complaining, I'm just surprised. So I wanted to record more of this. Obviously my batteries are dying. I'm on my last battery, it's at 30%. But I wanted to give another quick tip. Notice how I'm putting all of the bolts. I'm putting all of the bolts and the nuts back where they were going. I even did it on the front. This one for the timing cover. This one as well. On the water pump outlet or the thermostat outlet. That way you don't have a bunch of bolts laying around. You don't know what it's for. And they're already there pretty much where you don't have to go. I don't go all the way. I just go enough to where, and plus now this gasket definitely can't go anywhere, but. All right, so here we are. We got the upper and the lower intake off. That's the starter. That's a rat's nest. We're gonna get all that out of there. You can tell some of this stuff was gonna start falling into the cylinders, but we're taking the heads off, so not a big deal. Didn't realize this doesn't come with. This must be part of the front timing cover or something else, but I almost have a good mind to replace that starter, because I swear if that starter goes bad after I put this back, I'm burning the car to the ground. But here's where we're at. I'm gonna clean all this up, and then I think that's pretty much where we're gonna be for now. I'm gonna work on it more tomorrow. It's not a race. I'm not trying to like speed run getting it done, because I still have to order the ARP head studs and the EGR block off kit. So there's still quite a few things I need to get in order. So I'm not really too rushed, and I'm trying to enjoy it. I don't want to speed through it and then just be like, wow, that felt like a chore. I'm already getting pretty tired, so half the reason why I'm like, meh, I'll call it quits for the day. Alright, well, we already got a problem. This wire's cut. So, gonna have to get a new sensor. I don't even know what the heck this is to. But, I don't know if it's a NOx sensor or something. Pretty nasty in there it was. But, it's pretty cleaned up. Some of those cylinders got a good amount of carbon buildup in them. But that one's pretty dirty. That one's pretty dirty. It's alright, we're gonna get her all cleaned up. I'm gonna fill the holes, definitely full of like rags I got, so nothing tries to crawl in there. Then next we'll be tackling getting the whole front of the timing cover off, because I gotta do that before I get the heads off. Alright everybody, that's gonna be it for today's video so far. We got a pretty much amount of it done. I got the upper, the lower intake, some of the front of the timing cover off. Took it just a couple hours, but again, I was going pretty slow. The fuel lines kind of really got me caught up trying to take because they just run in a really weird way. I didn't even get all the fuel lines out. I just disconnected them from wherever I could just to get the fuel rails out. And not everything is going to go back the way it came out, because like I'm going to be changing the fuel rail and the injectors later down the road, but I'm not trying to do all this again. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. And I hope to have this thing running hopefully soon, but like I said, I'm going to take my time. See you guys in the next one.